The world was in turmoil in 2008. The global financial crisis sent shockwaves through every corner of society, leaving millions uncertain about their future. Banks collapsed, people lost homes, and trust in the financial system evaporated almost overnight. The foundations of the economy seemed to crumble, and ordinary people paid the price. Amid this chaos, a quiet message appeared online, sent by an unknown figure named Satoshi Nakamoto to a cryptography mailing list. It was a spark in the darkness, easily overlooked but destined to change everything. The message introduced Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It was a blueprint for a new kind of money, one that didn't rely on banks or governments. Satoshi's idea was radical: money without banks or governments, sent directly from person to person, secured by code, not trust. It was a vision of financial freedom, where anyone could participate. The white paper detailed a system where transactions were recorded transparently, the network secured by decentralized consensus, and new coins created through a process called mining, all without middlemen or central authorities. For cryptographers, it was a breakthrough. Years of theoretical work suddenly had a real-world application. Satoshi solved problems that had stumped experts for years, combining old ideas into something new. He brought together cryptography, computer science, and economics in a way no one had before. The message was clear: trust math, not institutions. In a world where trust had been shattered, this was a radical proposition. On January 3, 2009, Bitcoin launched. Satoshi mined the first block, the Genesis block, marking the birth of a new era in digital money. Embedded in its code was a headline: "Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." It was a message to the world, a sign of the times. It was both a timestamp and a statement, a digital fossil of the crisis that inspired Bitcoin. The code itself became a piece of history. Satoshi didn't just criticize the system, he built an alternative. He offered hope when hope was in short supply. The ghost in the machine left a permanent reminder of why Bitcoin was needed. The message endures, echoing through every block ever mined. Bitcoin's birth was a direct response to a broken world. It was a call to rethink money, trust, and power. The old system had failed. Satoshi offered a new one. The revolution had begun, and the world would never be the same.
What did Satoshi Nakamoto actually create? Was it just another form of money or something much more revolutionary? Bitcoin wasn't just digital money, it was a bold, radical new vision for what money could be in the digital age. For centuries, currency meant trusting a central authority, a king, a government, a bank. These institutions controlled the flow and value of money, shaping economies and lives. Satoshi's invention removed the middleman. No banks, no gatekeepers, just a global network of computers working together, open to anyone, anywhere. When you send Bitcoin, you broadcast your transaction to the network, reaching thousands of computers around the world in seconds. Thousands of computers verify it, not a single institution. This decentralized process means no single point of failure or control. Trust is built into the system, secured by math and consensus. The rules are enforced by code, not by people. Every transaction is recorded on a public ledger, the blockchain, visible to all, ensuring complete transparency. It's a shared accounting book that anyone can see, but no one can alter. This makes cheating or tampering nearly impossible. This transparency prevents fraud and double spending. Security comes from cryptography, not from trust in people. Your Bitcoin is protected by a digital key only you control. Lose the key and the coins are gone forever. No one can recover them for you. Satoshi also set a hard limit. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. This cap is coded into the system and cannot be changed. Unlike traditional money, which can be printed endlessly, Bitcoin is scarce, more like digital gold than paper cash. New coins are created through mining at a predictable, slowing rate. Over time, it becomes harder to create new Bitcoins. This scarcity was a direct challenge to the money printing of 2008, when trust in traditional finance was shaken worldwide. Bitcoin was designed as a stable, predictable alternative, a system where the rules are clear and supply is fixed. Satoshi's blueprint shifted power from institutions to individuals, giving people direct control over their own money. It was a proposal for a new kind of financial freedom where anyone could participate without permission. The rules were set in code, not by decree. Anyone can read, verify, or even help improve the code. Bitcoin was born for a digital world, a borderless, open, and transparent financial system for the internet age.
To understand Bitcoin, you need to understand the blockchain. Imagine a digital notebook shared by thousands. Every transaction Alice sends Bitcoin to Bob gets written on a new page called a block. Each block is linked to the previous one, forming a chain, a blockchain. If anyone tries to change a past transaction, the chain breaks. The network rejects the change. Miners add new blocks by solving complex puzzles. The first to solve it adds the block and earns new Bitcoin. This process secures the network and creates new coins. The blockchain is public, transparent, and tamper-proof. Trust comes from the network, not a central authority. Anyone can send money globally, instantly, without permission. The blockchain is the engine behind Bitcoin and thousands of cryptocurrencies that followed. It's trust, built by code.
From the start, Satoshi Nakamoto was a mystery. The name sounded Japanese, but his English was flawless and distinctly British. He communicated only through emails and forums, never revealing personal details. The guessing game began immediately. Was Satoshi one person or a team? His online activity suggested someone in the Americas, but nothing was certain. Even the name, Satoshi Nakamoto, could be a clue, meaning wise and central origin. As Bitcoin grew, so did the legend. Here was a creator who controlled billions, yet stayed hidden. Some say anonymity was protection. Creating a new kind of money is risky. By remaining a ghost, Satoshi let the technology speak for itself. He became a myth, a modern Prometheus who gave fire to the world and vanished. To some, he's a hero, to others, a genius. The mystery is part of Bitcoin's identity. We focus on the creation, not the creator. Maybe that was Satoshi's plan all along.
The hunt for Satoshi has produced many suspects. Dorian Nakamoto, a Japanese-American physicist, was wrongly accused. He denied any connection. Nick Szabo, creator of BitGold, shares striking similarities with Satoshi, but denies being him. Hal Finney, a legendary cryptographer and recipient of the first Bitcoin transaction, was an early supporter, but denied being Satoshi. He even lived near Dorian Nakamoto, fueling wild theories. Craig Wright, an Australian scientist, claimed to be Satoshi, but failed to prove it. Most dismiss his claim. The true identity remains elusive. Satoshi's secret endures, fueling endless speculation. The mystery is part of the myth.
For 2 years, Satoshi guided Bitcoin, fixing bugs, explaining his vision, and leading the project. He worked closely with early developers, ensuring Bitcoin was stable and secure.
But in 2011, Satoshi began to fade away. His messages slowed, then stopped. He worried about too much attention, especially after WikiLeaks started accepting Bitcoin.
Satoshi's final act was to hand over control. He gave the code and network keys to Gavin Andresen, then quietly disappeared.
After April 2011, Satoshi was gone. No more emails, no more posts. His exit was deliberate. He knew a visible leader was a risk. By vanishing, he made Bitcoin truly decentralized.
Satoshi built the ship, taught others to sail, then left it to the world. His disappearance was the final step in setting Bitcoin free. The project now belonged to everyone, and no one. Satoshi became a legend, not a leader. The ghost had vanished, but his creation lived on.
In Bitcoin's early days, Satoshi mined a vast fortune, about 1 million Bitcoins. At first, they were worthless. As Bitcoin's price soared, his fortune became worth billions.
Yet Satoshi's coins remain untouched. Not a single coin is moved.
This silence is powerful. It suggests Satoshi's motives were ideological, not financial. The untouched coins are a sleeping giant. If moved, they could shake the market. But Satoshi never cashed out. He didn't want to destroy what he built.
The dormant fortune is a silent vote of confidence in Bitcoin's future. Satoshi's discipline and vision are unmatched. He created Bitcoin to prove a point, not to get rich. The untouched coins are a digital monument to his anonymity. They are the final, powerful part of his message.
Satoshi's anonymity is fundamental to Bitcoin's success. If he were known, Bitcoin would be tied to his personality and opinions.
By staying hidden, Satoshi made Bitcoin about the technology, not the creator. No founder to idolize, no target for governments or corporations.
This lack of a central figure is Bitcoin's greatest strength. It exists everywhere and nowhere, governed by consensus.
Satoshi's silence lets everyone see what they want in Bitcoin, a blank canvas.
The mystery elevates Bitcoin from a tech project to a modern myth. It's the story of a benefactor who gave the world a tool for freedom, then vanished.
We may never know Satoshi's identity, and that's likely for the best. His greatest gift may have been his own disappearance.
Today, Bitcoin is a global phenomenon, recognized by governments, held by corporations, and debated in every corner of the world. Its influence stretches across continents, making headlines and sparking conversations in boardrooms and living rooms alike. It sparked an entire industry and fundamentally changed how we think about money, trust, and the very nature of value itself. Satoshi's 9-page paper started a revolution, one that continues to inspire millions to question the status quo.
The blockchain's impact goes far beyond currency, powering new financial services, transparent supply chains, secure digital voting, and a flourishing world of digital art and collectibles.
Bitcoin was born as a protest, a way to opt out of broken systems, challenge the old order, and empower individuals everywhere. It's a tool for freedom, especially in unstable or oppressive countries, giving people hope and a way to take control of their own finances. Satoshi challenged the world to rethink money, power, and who gets to control the future.
The identity of Satoshi Nakamoto remains the greatest secret in tech, a mystery that continues to fascinate and intrigue. But maybe it doesn't matter who he was, or if Satoshi was one person or many. The legacy is the idea that one person, armed with a powerful concept in the reach of the internet, can truly change the world for everyone. Satoshi proved you don't need a corporation or government to start a revolution, just vision and determination. All you need is a solution, the courage to set it free, and the belief that change is possible. The ghost of 2008 left a blueprint for a more open, decentralized future, one where power is shared and trust is rebuilt from the ground up.